What's up, guys? We're back for another Trifecta, Taxi and I. It's July 30th. We've been away for a while because nothing's going on. But we're finally here, and we're going to get to it. We got a lot to talk about. And what do we got? We're sponsored by Wasabi Peas because you got to eat your vegetables with the coronavirus, but there's a lot of spicy stuff going on. Taxi doesn't want to hear it. All right, let's get to it. The first leg of the Trifecta, guys. Let's talk about the NFL. What is the NFL going to do? We talked about missing March Madness and the NBA. I was a basketball guy. I was sad. I was devastated. If we don't have football, the country's going to go crazy. So what does this mean with the NFL? Well, they're going to watch what baseball, hockey, and basketball are doing. Basketball's got the bubble. It seems to be working. They're not leaving. They just stay in there, except for Lou Williams, who's going out to, a strip club because he said he wanted some chicken wings, similar to Delilah's Steakhouse for the steak. You know what I'm talking about for that. But they're doing a pretty good job with containing it. Baseball, not so much, where they're going to the games and then they're coming back home to their houses and their families, and it seems like they're getting cases. Like the Phillies had a couple cases, the Marlins had a case, then you suspend it. I think that's going to continue to get worse. If it's early on, then you're going to have just those teams get quarantined for a little bit. But what happens a month later? How many teams back? How many games back do you go? And you're going to start suspending, forfeiting games when the playoffs come. It's going to get kind of crazy. So what does that mean for the NFL? These are my concerns. I think they're going to get the season started. Number one, you got players opting out because they're afraid of the virus and it's not worth it to them based on the salary where they're playing. Okay, we talked about the Chiefs. Damian Williams is one guy that comes to mind. Players are getting it with the Eagles. Lane Johnson has it. Who knows what's going to happen as time goes on. Number two, they said, they're watching what the blueprints is for how do you contain it and do that. But I don't know that that's the best way what they want to do. They seem to take a baseball approach, but not the basketball approach. NBA seems to have it down the way that it's a little bit more secure. So what does that mean? If you're a player in the NFL, you're going to be at home. You're going to try to avoid people and things and do the best you can. But what about your family, your spouse, your children? Your kids are going to go to school in the fall. Your spouse is going to work. Your family's going to work. You're going to be around your family at the house. So even if you're trying to avoid it, your family's going to be in contact. They're going to bring it home to you. How is it possible that every NFL player is not going to come in contact with this virus when they test it? I think that's going to be near impossible, right, Taxi? I just don't see it happening. So I think the season, I don't know that you're going to be able to finish it. Number three, this is what concerns me. I'm a betting man, right? So what do we do from a fantasy football perspective? What if Patrick Mahomes or Christian McCaffrey comes down with coronavirus? What happens then? Is he suspended, or they're going to shut him down for 2 games? Are they going to shut down the entire Chiefs or Carolina Panthers for 2 games? How do you play fantasy football matchups? When are they going to do the testing? Are they going to do these testing and the results minutes, hours before the game? How does that affect when you set your lineup for fantasy football? Do you have special positions additionally as roster spots? I can't even fathom how you're going to do it. How is it fair when you draft? There is no rhyme or reason to it. And then gambling, right? So let's talk about this. If you're betting, the Eagles are -4 against the Cardinals, and then 30 minutes before kickoff, you find out that Carson Wentz can't play because he has coronavirus. So what do? What if you already put the money down? Are you supposed to wait till the last second? The spreads, the odds could change, or are they just going to forfeit that game? There's a lot of issues that I don't know what's going to happen. It's very troubling. I'm hoping it works out, but I just can't see it based on what I'm seeing from baseball. Number 2 on the Trifecta, let's talk about the big stuff. NBA is back. We got 2 games tonight, but what does that mean for the Sixers? Sixers are a sleeper. If you're looking to bet, who's going to win the East or the West and who's going to maybe win it all this year, better odds Sixers. Take them to win the East, maybe. I think it was -11, -20, or 11-1 to win the East, 25-1 to win it all. Not bad. They have the talent. They haven't been able to get it together. Maybe Ben Simmons, this is the time. Some players may surprise you. In the West, I really like Denver. They're an underdog. I think the odds for them are pretty good. Or we're just going to have chalk. It's going to be LeBron against Giannis, and we'll see what happens. But with the Sixers, if Embiid and Simmons can stay healthy, Tobias plays great. If you can have some good shooting on that team, I don't know where that's going to come from. Furkan and company, Al Horford off the bench. Maybe it all gels together. We'll see what happens, but they have the talent on paper. I just don't know. Brett Brown's job's on the line, like we said. We'll see what happens. And then Trifecta number 3, let's talk about it. DraftKings, if you're betting, if you're going to the casino at Sugar House down the street in Philly, if you're going to DraftKings, if you're going to the Delaware racetrack to bet, you got 2 games tonight. What are on the cards? You got the Utah Jazz playing the Pelicans. I think Pelicans are -2. So you got Zion Williamson, he's back, he's gonna play. I actually think if Zion Williamson plays, I think the Pelicans are gonna blow out the Jazz. If you remember, Rudy Gobert started this whole thing with him touching everything when he had the virus, and then it spread through the NBA. And there you go, here we are, shut everything down. But I like the Pelicans winning way big, -2. And then the marquee matchup, Taxi. We're all been waiting for this. I would love to be there in LA. Clippers against the Lakers. LeBron against Kawhi, Anthony Davis, Paul George and company. What's going to happen? Lakers -5. Everyone knows Kawhi's like RoboCop, or he's like Terminator. He's a machine. I still like LeBron. LeBron is focused. He's probably the favorite to win it all. Lakers win by double digits easily. LeBron is ready to go. So if you're betting tonight, you want to do a 2-game parlay, I will take the Pelicans -2. I will take the Lakers -5. I can't wait for the Sixers on Saturday. We'll get to talking about that soon to see what happens. All right, guys, make sure you eat all your vegetables like your wasabi peas, like Taxi and I. He's passed out. We'll go and watch the NBA, and we'll talk to you guys soon. V Productions, we're out of here.